again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help you out.
Welcome back, one and all, and we're here for round 3 of the RLH Asia Cup, and we're here in China at the Shanghai International Circuit, ready for qualifying around the 5.451 kilometre circuit. And you see, dry quali, but a wet start to the race, and that will throw a spanner in the works. And after a run on the medium compound tyres, we're looking to go onto the softs, because of course tyres do not matter at the start of the race, because it can be a wet start to the Grand Prix. We've gone purple in the middle section as we run down the back straight, running with a wet setup, so a bit compromised in that regard. As we come out of the turn 14 in the hairpin, we're off and into the wall, and that is our soft tyre run done on that attempt. We had time for another go, but coming out of the pit lane, so we cross the white line to avoid the McLaren that's coming to the start of his flying lap. And as he runs into the first corner ahead of us, we now trying to avoid going onto the grass, and we've now had our this lap and the next lap invalidated, which will put us in P18, right down the bottom, and we will be starting plumb last for the race, starting the race on intermediate tyres, despite it saying heavy rain conditions. But I guess the only way is up from here, and we'll be looking to make as much progress as we possibly can in the race. Now, the lights are here now, with 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. So we're already alongside the Toro Rosso at the back, up in a P17 now, trying to make positions into turn 1. Of course, very tricky. We've gone just sort of around the Red Bull. There's contact to the left of us, contact to the right, and we're up now into P12 with Toro Rosso on our left-hand side. Looks like we're just about going to nip ahead of him now, trying to battle the Renault as well as we move on into turn number 3, and a fantastic camera angle from Codemasters so we can really follow all the action here. But nevertheless, we move on towards turn number 6, still sat in P12. We're already having a look into turn number 6, but we just have to tuck in behind on this occasion now as we move on to later in lap 1. Bit of a dive, and looks like there's contact between quite a few cars. The Renault going off very wide there, and he's spinning. We just about to get around the outside, and that promotes just up into P11. Just about hold the rear. Now Gexy and the Red Bull right behind us as well now, as we now run down the back straight. We're going to be behind the Renault of Riker in P11, but Gexy right onto the back of us. We're running 5.11 wings, so not very quick in a straight line, and the Red Bull's going to be having a go despite being in hot lap and rich mix. As we go into turn number 14, he's going to look around our outside, but we're just about going to hold it on the inside, and we get a decent enough getaway to hold on to the position. Now as we move on to lap 2, the same place where there was action on the previous lap. Looks like the McLaren and the Ferrari have come to blows, just about to skip past the McLaren, and that promotes up into P9 now. So after 3 laps, we're already halved our grid position now as we come into turn number 6 on the next lap, and it's a McLaren that goes slamming into the Renault out of absolutely nowhere, and that promotes up into P8. So making fantastic gains there, as unfortunately our teammate had a slight spin just before the back straight. As we come on to lap 6 now, the safety car is out from Billy retiring. We are going to come into the pits for a brand new set of intermediate tyres, hopefully using the fresh rubber to our advantage. Shouldn't be dropping too many places as well. As we come out 2.5 second stop, great stop from the Haas team. As we come to the end of the safety car period, at the end of lap 8, we're going to be looking now into lap 9, taking a nice entry into the corner, absolutely smashed out of nowhere, front wing damage. And after the safety car restart, everything was fine and happy. But the McLaren came out, so no, we're going to get a look at it. If we look at the front wing, it's here, and then it's gone. Obliterated out of absolutely nowhere. And fantastic stuff now. Running at the back of the train as we now battle with man like Donkey for P14. And we're going to go up the inside of him into turn number 14. And we get the position done on the Mercedes driver. But with front wing damage, we were compromised throughout the whole of this instant. Couldn't really use the fresh tyres to an extent. But we did what we could. Pushed on as much as we could, but ultimately still down in P14 at the moment, waiting for the dry period to get a brand new front wing. And you see on lap 16, it looks dry now. 4 slicks as the Toro Rosso and the McLaren have a slight bit of contact. That spins the Toro Rosso. We're up into P11 now. And now going into the pit lane this lap. The medium tyres towards the end of the race. Ducking into the pit lane just behind Brent in the McLaren. But of course the front wing change is going to push us back down the order. And we're going to lose a bit of time for the McLaren, even though he has to wait for his teammate to come out the pits. So new front wing. It takes a while. As we come out, we're going to be in P14 as we get racing once again. The Toro Rosso right behind us, got a racing point, and the McLaren just ahead of us. And it's been a hectic race so far, starting last up to 7th, and now just outside the points as things stand. We're on the back of the Toro Rosso now, looking to go on the inside with DRS. It looks like we got the move done into turn number 14 at the end of the back straight, and we move up into P11, staring at the end of the points, which will be fantastic stuff now to come on to lap 20. We're racing with Brent in the McLaren, but as we duck out the slipstream, absolutely no speed, even with DRS. Just running so high wings for the wet race. And as we come into turn 14, we're going to try and go around the outside. But all of a sudden, the Toro Rosso jumps out. Brent reacts, and we hit him slightly then. There's front wing damage again to us. And I duck straight into the pit lane. Because, I mean, we were not going to make any progress. Missing half the front wing. We come in for another front wing change. Brent just ducking out the way there for the Toro Rosso. And that gave us a bit of damage. So, I know it wasn't Brent's fault, but it is what it is. But we'll be on soft tyres to the end now. As we come to lap 23. Racing Dave Hardy sees a small mistake out of turn number 13 as we race down towards the hairpin. We're breaking into the corner there. But it's a slight tap from the rear from the Toro Rosso. We weren't expecting it, to be honest with you. And that put us onto the gravel. And Brent will actually get past us. Because we had a bit of, gravel and whatever on our tyres. But as we come again into turn 14, Brent's got past David and Toro Rosso now. And we're going to try and see if we can do anything from this, but not quite on this occasion. It's on lap 27. Brent runs a little bit wide, and we're going to be right on the back of him, and he loses the mission to the Toro Rosso as well. So the battle for P14 was immense over the last couple of laps. And we're on to lap 27 now. DRS, both of us catching on the Toro Rosso. We decide to not act too aggressively into the corner. The Toro Rosso goes in a little bit too deep. Brent on the inside, and we're now going to try and get the switch back on the pair of them, but not quite tucking in enough. And we're sort of at the back of this. They're trying to go 2-1 into the final corner. We tuck him behind, get a really good exit now. And with DRS, we're running down the start-finish straight, flicking to the inside of the Toro Rosso now, and we could be going just with a double overtake on the main straight. We're going to go side by side with McLaren into turn 1, just about giving the room on the outside. And he's still going to be there, but we managed to keep the inside line, keep the high ground, and we're going to victoriously take P14. What was a great battle at the end between the three of us. And as we come across the line, sadly no points today, but still nonetheless a race that had its good moments, and definitely something to learn from. I mean, I hate China, so at least it's out the way. So next time we're in Baku, so look forward to a great race then.